Let me just first say I'm sorry that the sound on here is really bad. I can't really do much about it, so it's poor quality even though I paid a lot of money for this device that I won't exactly name. This is going to be one of many rants, and because my name is Austin, I've decided to name it Austin's Rants. And this is number one, the very first one. And I've decided, for my first rant, that I have something to say, I guess, about Christians. And some of you are like already really excited, like, she's totally about to make fun of Christians. So excited. Love it when people do that. And then, Christians were like, Christians, I wonder which is easier to say about us. And some of you can either be Christian or atheist, and you're in the middle, and you're like, yeah. Now, first off, I have to say that I'm Christian. And again, to the atheist or poor, like, she's Christian, totally get a wail on her. I'm not even listening to what she's saying, I'm just gonna wail on her, say something about our mom or something, and then God. Some of you guys are already typing in comments like, Christian, you suck. You're so good, Christian. And the Christian's like, oh, she's Christian. I see. I don't know which has to say. And then, again, the other ones that could be atheist or Christian that are pretty much in the middle are like, so say something. Anywho, what I'm going to say is that I guess about a week ago, I was watching Ellen, and I love Ellen, the Ellen DeGeneres show. She is so funny. I love Ellen so much. Totally love Ellen. But she was talking about some struggles that she went through when she was young and a lesbian, and she was struggling with a lot of guilt that she had. And I was thinking, what if I was on the Ellen show and she had asked me, what do you think about gay people or something like that? And I was thinking, what would I say that wouldn't make me sound like a douche? Because obviously I'm not supposed to agree with that because some Christians, they're like, go for it, man, but I'm not really. It's kind of, so I was thinking about that. But after a while of thinking about it, I realized that she has gone through so much in her life while I'm just a starting off college student, and that if she were to ask me the question, it would not be even a kind of appropriate for me to say, well, I don't exactly agree with it. And I was thinking, well, why wouldn't it be appropriate for me to say that? It's obvious that she's been through a lot more than I have. And that for me to tell someone who has gone through a huge struggle, I don't really agree with what you're doing. It sounds pretty ignorant to me. And so after thinking about this, I'm thinking, well, this is right, so why is it right? And I realized that the reason it's right for me to not even be in the position of thinking, well, it's not really wise because I shouldn't even be thinking about that for other people. I shouldn't be. Now, it's not like I sit around and think what they're doing is wrong. I don't do that. It's more like just kind of in the back of my head. But it's enough where I sat and thought about it. It's too bad that Ellen's a lesbian. Now that I think about it, and this was only like a week ago, thinking that's just like the most ignorant, arrogant thing to say or to think. And I realized that it is not my job to even be thinking that. To think, well, it's too bad. That's kind of really ridiculous. So, I guess for the Christians out there who do that, who maybe not exactly mean to gay people or anyone like that, who do things that you don't exactly agree with, it's not right for you to sit around and think, well, they shouldn't really be doing that. It's really immature. If the people are rapists or terrible people like that, then sure, go ahead. Think those people are douchebags. It totally makes sense. But otherwise, it's totally wrong because in the end, we're not the judges of their souls, so we shouldn't be doing that. It's completely ridiculous. If anything at all, we should be, we're supposed to be completely loving and non-judgmental towards people in general, because for one, it's not our job to judge them. I should have not even gone to the point where I thought, well, I don't really agree with that, even though that's so vague compared to how other people think. It's it's not even right. Shouldn't have been pondering over it at all, because it's just not my job to think about it. And if I thought about anything at all, I should realize how nice of a person Ellen is, that she shows the Holy Spirit a lot more than a lot of Christians that I know of. Because Christians think since they're Christian and they're perfect and all that they have a right to sit around and be judgmental and hateful towards other people. And if you lack love, then you lack the Holy Spirit. And, I mean, God doesn't say go around and act like a know-it-all douchebag. He doesn't say that. And not all Christians do that, but I know, not personally, but I know that they're out there, that people that just sit around and think. And it's a faulty way of thinking. And so now that I've thought about it, and if Ellen were to ask me, if I were to be on her show, I won't, but if I were to be on her show and she would say, well, how do you feel about gay people? I would say, well, to tell you the truth, Ellen, I don't really think anything specifically about gay people, because they're people. I don't know, I wouldn't have an answer, because I don't think differently about gay people than I do about anyone else. Now, if they're really terrible people, then hurt, but that would just be one person. You can't say, well, gay people in general, because, I mean, there's no answer for that. So, I guess my conclusion, I felt like sharing my conclusion because I feel like a lot of Christians feel like they have a right to just sit around and be critical of how other people live their lives with something that's so simple. And whether it's right or wrong, if it's not something that we're struggling with, then we shouldn't be thinking about it at all. It's none of our business. So that's my rant. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to call it at all, but I guess this is mostly talking to the Christians out there that might do this. And well, that's all I have to say. I feel like I was very enlightened about that, and I'm glad I think differently than how I did a week ago. And that's all. Thank you. Go ahead and comment, but I don't really care for really hateful comments, so please don't be hateful either towards atheists or, you can't see, either towards atheists or Christian or any of that. I don't like that, so please don't do that. Okay, that's all. This is Austin with Austin's Rants, and hopefully I'll talk to you again. Bye.